All right, Miles, we got to talk about the Miami Dolphins here. I think the last time Miami has been on top of the sports news like this has to be the days of LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. I mean, the Dolphins are absolutely on everybody's mouth what they've been doing. Very, very impressive football team through the first 2 weeks of the regular season. And you've got a story about a specific Miami Dolphin that's really jumped off the pages, somewhat surprisingly. But before we get into that, Dolphins fans, we want to hear from you in the comment section below through the first 2 weeks of the season, what Dolphin are you the most impressed with? There's been a lot of guys, obviously Tyreek Hill, Waddle, Tua's been unreal, but we want to hear from you in the comment section below. What specific Dolphin has jumped out at you as the most impressive guy on this football team? Let us know. But Miles, what's the latest out of Miami?
Yeah, Nick. Well, I think I know who a lot of people's answer is going to be because this is a guy that's jumped out of nowhere to a lot of people in the NFL world. And I think it's crazy because if you go and look, Miami obviously traded a bundle of draft picks over for Tyreek Hill. So you'd think, yeah, we didn't draft anyone that impressive this draft. Wrong. Because if I was to tell you the number one graded rookie so far by PFF has been Kader Kohou. He is graded at a 87.3. Miami Dolphins DB, number one graded rookie so far in all of the NFL. Would you believe that? It's crazy. You got guys like Drake London. You got guys like Aiden Hutchinson. You've got guys like Garrett Wilson, Malcolm Rodriguez, Traylon Burks. There's been tons and tons of rookies who've done incredible. But Kohou has topped them all, and by a large margin as well. He's 7 points above the guy that's in second place. So he's played phenomenal. And this is a guy who, how phenomenal his play is, doesn't even match how phenomenal his story of how he even got to America and is able to play football is. And I'll briefly go over it. He was a guy who's born in the Ivory Coast. He won a lottery to go to America when he was 9 years old. Came over, started to play sports to make friends. Obviously, he turned out to be pretty good at sports. Then he used sports to get himself into college. Went over to Texas A&M Commerce. You know that huge college, Texas A&M College Commerce. Everybody knows that one. And then, while Dolphins defensive coordinator Josh Boyer was going through film one day, right before he was about to go out to practice, miraculously, right before he was about to run out the door, he saw Kohou's film pop up and said, this guy looks pretty interesting. You know, the last thing on his mind that day, maybe I should go talk to this guy, see what he's all about. So through all kinds of odds, Kohou's made his way into the NFL, onto the Miami Dolphins team, and been able to show how phenomenal of an athlete he is. It's truly a remarkable story to start off the season, isn't it, Nick?
Oh yeah, and I think this was just shows how what's so special about football, the game of football, and really the NFL in general. Because remember, the Miami Dolphins invested a lot of dollars in Byron Jones, the former Dallas Cowboy, former first-round draft pick, to come in and really be one of those corners, one of those top anchor corners. And Jones has missed a lot of time already in the early part of the season. He hasn't been available. And so, what are those three words we hear ad nauseum from every pundit, analyst, coach all the time, every player? Next man up, and people roll your eyes. Oh my gosh, we're missing Jones. That's going to suck. It's a good player, obviously. But when you have a guy like this with the story and the background, the intensity, giving Jones being out gives this guy an opportunity. And he has 100% taken advantage of that and obviously jumped out the pages according to the PFF rankings. He's impressed Miami Dolphins coaching staff. Obviously, you brought up the DC there with his comments. So I just really love stories like this because it 100% shows what's special about the game. Because you can have some guy from the Ivory Coast, played at Texas A&M Commerce, just a guy that no one really knows about, went undrafted. No one would have heard of this guy for months, and he's coming in and making big time plays at the highest level on Sundays for what looks like one of the better teams in the AFC right now, the Miami Dolphins. I just love that because these kind of stories, that's what makes the game great, and one of the reasons why it has such a strong fan base and everyone just really is impressive because you never really know who's going to come out of the woodwork. Like remember Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl? Like those are the kind of moments and those kind of situations that really make this game special.
Yeah, no, and I like this as well because Miami is a team that has really been against the odds, like going into the season. Tua Tagovailoa, everyone counted him out early on this season.
Mhm.
Then they get Tyreek Hill, and they're like, well, they're just gassing everybody up. Who knows how this is gonna go? Then Mike McDaniel comes in, and they're like, well, this guy, he's never been a head coach before. He's doing all of this crazy stuff. His offense is like nothing we've ever seen before. This can't really work in the NFL. This untraditional way of calling offense, it's not going to work. And this just seems to me like a team that has been defying the odds from day one. Obviously, McDaniel's scheme works. Obviously, Tyreek and Tua was a phenomenal pairing. Obviously, the addition of Tyreek Hill really brought out Jalen Waddle's ability to be a game breaker as well. So you have two phenomenal receivers so far. And just as a whole, the Miami Dolphins have been proving everyone wrong from day one. And a guy like Kohou's been proving everyone wrong from day one as well. At one point in time, he had a 0.29% chance to make it to America. And now he's on the biggest stage in the NFL playing football, something he probably never even imagined that he would be able to do as a kid. So this is a feel-good story. We don't know how far this journey is going to go, but it's really nice to see a guy get so many opportunities and seize them and take advantage of them at every turn. And I really like this Dolphins team so far.
Yeah, and give some credit to the Dolphins front office and organization for finding this guy, bring him into the fold, and give him a chance, right? Because these are the kind of guys, undrafted, late round picks. When you throw the dollars and the picks at Tyreek Hill, at Armstead, some of these guys, you rely to get big contributors out of these smaller contract guys, which you're going to find in the undrafted realm, obviously. So give some credit to the Miami Dolphins organization too for finding this guy, giving him the chance, and making sure he was a good fit, coaching him up, all that kind of stuff. Because when you put in the dollars for a Tyreek Hill and so on, you need guys like these to make plays. You need to find guys like these. In Miami, the organization absolutely did.